Welcome back to Voice from the Corner. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all safe. Now, Pete, I was having a look at World Boxing News, and here's what the headline was. Fury versus Chisora pay-per-view price, a kick in the teeth for struggling UK fans. Now, how much would you pay for this price, for this pay-per-view personally?
Do you know what, Jack? I've got to ask you, as someone that pays for pay-per-views, how much is it, Jack?
$26.99.
That's a bargain. Look how much you go and pay for them YouTubers. You go and give $16.99 or whatever you do for them YouTubers. Let me know what you pay for it.
I don't. I'll put me out. I don't pay that. But there are a hell of a lot of people that do, isn't there?
So what would you pay for this fight? How do you see Chisora Fury? What would you pay for it?
At most, 15 quid. At most. I think, you have a good night of, as long as there's a decent undercard, you get a good night of boxing, you can have a bit of fun with the main event. You're not paying for a 50-50 fight, but, you can have fun throughout the night, get a few drinks in and just have a laugh.
Sure.
That's how much I'll pay for it personally, at the very most.
Surely, there is an unbelievable November the 5th feeling, fireworks of an undercard.
Well, the only fight that I can find, now people in the comments can correct me if I'm wrong, but Daniel Dubois will be fighting, and I might mess up the last name, Kevin Lerena. So obviously Daniel Dubois, a fighter from the UK, as we all know, 18-1 with 17 knockouts. Now Kevin Lerena is a South African fighter who is 28-1 with 14 knockouts on his record.
I'll be honest with you, you're not really interested. This is going to be a 3 or 4 round knockover job. If he was fighting Joe Joyce on this show, then I think the $26.99 would be viable. Maybe £25 would be viable. No undercard as we see so far. The promotion for the show has been very, very poor. 2 British fighters. I thought we'd see a lot more razzmatazz. I thought we'd see a lot more excitement of, press conferences and all that sort of stuff because, Tyson sells a fight easy enough. Derek Chisora sells a fight easy enough. But I'm wondering, as Derek Chisora at that point of his career where, I think he struggled to pick a table up and throw it in the air now. That's the top and bottom of it.
Do you think that, with it being Tyson Fury, do you think that is enough to sell out and to have good pay-per-view numbers? Or do you think it is a point where not even Tyson Fury can, provide all of this for the promoters?
I just don't think this promotion's been thought about that well, because when you look at a promotion, right? And again, do you know what I'm going to do? Before I do carry on and talk about the promotion, right? If the $26.99, I would happily pay that. If the $26.99 filters down the card, yeah, and the top of the bill ain't getting 5 million, yeah, and there's someone at the bottom of the bill, yeah, on 800 quid. That's the top and bottom of it. You're told you're on are you on this massive card? You're going to get this, you're going to get this exposure, you're going to get that, but we're giving you 800 quid. The problem is with the fighters then, yeah? Fighters sell themselves too short, miles too short, fighters sell themselves. So for me, I think if that filtered down through the card and they was getting a percentage of that purse, yeah, that's how boxing should be. It's very, very poor that the top of the bill's getting all the money, in my opinion. So I thought I'd make that. I'll pay $26.99 if that's getting filtered down the card. You know what I mean? But we all know that that's not what's happening, right?
You know what, though? You know what? As much as I agree with you there, and I would feel more inclined to pay that price if that was the case. However, I still think that's too expensive, personally.
It's too expensive for the fight we've got. It's too expensive for the fight we got.
Yeah.
What fight is really worth $26.99 on your telly? Let's be honest. What fight is worth that?
Fury Usyk would be.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. But we've still got to look at the current climate, Jack. We've still got to look at, You want to get everybody watching them sort of fights. We want to build boxing. We don't want to destroy boxing. You know what I mean? You know, at the end of the day, you know, the heating bills are going up, the food bills are going up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, not only that, this fight's been put on in the middle of a World Cup. It's going to be put on like you know, the next stages of the World Cup. And I'll tell you what, if Wales beat England, I know where everybody will be watching. Will be if Wales beat England and England end up going and playing on Saturday instead of Sunday, I know where everybody will be in pubs.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? So it's interesting.
Can I say as well?
Feel something. I can feel something. I can feel turbulence. I'm wondering whether this fight really is going to happen.
Well, look,
why has it been no publicity?
I don't mean to interrupt you, but you think as well how much people are spending during this World Cup. You know, I mean, I was at the pub, it's about £5 a pint. You know what I mean? You end up walking out there, you spend a hell of a lot of money.
Well, that's another 5 pints, isn't it, in the pub to watch a football game, isn't it?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't think the pay-per-views will do great numbers. I don't think the place will be sold out. Listen, we're in whatever country we're in now, the football, Qatar or whatever. I don't care where it is. I don't care if it's in Timbuktu. Look at the stadiums. There's seats empty, right? That ain't because our people not drinking, because not everybody that goes to a football match drinks, yeah? People that are football fans, some people that are football fans will go there sober. Do you know what I'm saying? So, for me, I think people are feeling the pinch big time. Do you know what I mean? I think people are really holding back on what they're doing. But, you know, it don't seem very, very promising that we've got no undercard with about 10 days to go to this fight. There's not even showing an undercard. Do you know what I mean? What are they going to do? Muscle up an undercard in about a week?
Well, I can't find it. I can't find the undercard. I mean, if it even is out there, it's difficult to find. So,
I thought like maybe they would have worked their magic and put a Tommy Fury and, you know, some other influencer on the undercard. And then that'd probably sell a lot better.
I was thinking that. Do you know what? I was thinking that the other day. So I don't get why they're not putting like an influencer fight on the undercard. It would get more eyes on boxing, but. Look, let's not talk about influencers. We've done that enough, haven't we, really?
No, but I'm just talking about the promotion side of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because, to me, they ain't promoted this fight at all. There's no press conferences, nothing going on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think...
Tyson's been very quiet. Chisora has been very quiet.
Yeah, well, I mean, what Tyson said has been quite interesting. And actually, it'd be quite good to get your take on this and what you think, and if you agree with him on this, is he was saying that well, Chisora went the distance with Usyk and he bullied him. And he looks a hell of a lot better than what Anthony Joshua looked against Usyk. Therefore, it's a good fight to promote the Usyk fight. How do you see that?
Well, if he sees that, if he sees it in the way which he see that fight, like how everybody says they see that fight, but for me, Chisora. Usyk's one of them fighters that always finds a way to win. Yeah, Bellew was beating Usyk until he lined him up and knocked him out. Do you know what I mean? So,
do you think he was winning that fight?
Listen, he weren't a million miles ahead, Usyk.
Yeah,
and he started well as well, Bellew. Do you know what I mean? But he's one of them fighters that always finds a way, Usyk, and I think he will surprise a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? Like, even if the Fury fight happens, there'll be a lot of people surprised in that fight.
Well, I think a lot of people, the casual people, will underestimate him a lot.
100%, because he don't do nothing. Like, he does do things great, but it's not really, really out there. Although if you're a boxing fan and you understand boxing, you know how classy he is. You know what I mean? You understand that.
We can see it.
Yeah.
I remember after Usyk Joshua the first time, I was meant to go to a house party, and I was still watching it about midnight. And I went to this house party, and everyone kind of got round me like, "Oh, did Joshua win? Joshua win?" I went, "No, Usyk won." All of a sudden, everyone went, "What? Oh my God! Joshua's lost to this Ukrainian bloke." And I was like, "Do you not know who Usyk is? Like, there's not that much of an upset."
Yeah, but even in the second fight, people, Joshua done better. Boy, he should do better. It's the second fight, isn't it? But for me, Usyk never got out of second gear in the second fight. So I don't think Usyk shows everything he wants to show. And it sounds mad, but with the Chisora fight, he was always in control. When people were saying, "Oh, I thought Chisora beat him," and "Oh, I thought it was close," they're mad.
Yeah.
He hardly hit him. He hardly hit Usyk. So again, going back to the Tyson situation, look, you're going to get boxer fans, you know, Tyson fans that will pay for it. You know, his following must be absolutely massive if you know, for the price they're putting out there. The price they're putting out there. I don't know who's put them sums together and making, you know, how much is Chisora getting? I've heard he's getting, how much he's getting? Is it 2 million or something they're talking about he's getting?
No idea.
Yeah, well, we don't know what any of them are getting, do we? Let's be honest. But you know, I don't know. I just think. Let me ask you. I wonder whether this fight's still going to happen. Do you know what I mean? So we'll leave it there. Tomorrow night, join us. We're going to be talking 6 o'clock tomorrow night. We are going to be talking about the two shows that are happening on Saturday. Zach Parker versus John Ryder, which is on BT. I've got that one wrong. I'll give Eddie Hearn a little bit too much praise there. We'll be talking about the undercard, the fights that are valued watching, what we think are good value fights, the fights which we believe, you know, the fighters ain't really going to pick up too much from. But Parker and Ryder is definitely a cracking fight. Top of the bill. Unbelievable. And I'm looking forward to the chief support on the Dillian White show on the Zone with Nathan Gorman and Fabio Wardley. I think that's a good 50 fight. You know? So join us tomorrow at 6. That's the top and bottom of it. And we weren't going to do one tonight, but Jack twisted my arm, and here we are. We're on here, and I hope you all enjoy this one tonight. Is Tyson Fury, Derek Chisora worth $26.99? Let us know what you lot think. Give us your comments. Why do you think it's worth it? Why don't you think it's worth it? And again, seeing comments all over social media. People are not happy with the price of that fight. Let's not kill boxing. Let's try and build boxing. That's the top and bottom of it.
And I'll tell you what is cheaper. Unfortunately, call them memberships. If anyone wants to have a look in the and press the join button, you're more than welcome to. Or
and listen,
you could subscribe for free. It's your choice.
But let me tell you something. I'll tell you who will if you do subscribe, because my predictions now, we're going to go on a membership private account. If you become a member, I'll give you my predictions on the fight, and believe me, you will have your membership back for the year in one fight when I predict it right. That's the top and bottom of it. And if I get it wrong, you'll all get your membership prices back.
There we go. Right. Well, thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you soon.